The debt ceiling is a legal limit on how much the federal government can borrow to pay its bills. If Congress does not raise it by June 1st, the U.S. could default on its debt for the first time in history, triggering a global financial crisis. To avoid this scenario, President Biden met with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and other congressional leaders on Tuesday to discuss the debt ceiling, but he reiterated that he wants it raised without any preconditions or spending cuts. Biden said that the latest offer from Republicans was unacceptable and extreme. He said that there was no bipartisan deal to be made solely on their partisan terms and that they had to move as well. McCarthy, on the other hand, said that the White House moved backwards and that he was looking for solutions to rein in future spending. He said that he was hopeful after talking to Biden on Sunday and that staff-level talks were productive. The two leaders agreed to meet again on Monday after Biden returned from the G7 summit in Japan. However, it is unclear if they can bridge their differences and reach a compromise before the deadline. The stakes are high for both sides, as a default could have devastating consequences for the economy, the markets, and millions of Americans who rely on government services and benefits. The debt ceiling is a cap on how much money the U.S. government can borrow to pay its bills. It is set by Congress and must be raised periodically to avoid defaulting on the national debt. The U.S. hit its debt limit of $31.381 trillion on January 19, 2023, and has been using accounting tricks to keep paying its obligations. But those tricks will run out soon, and the Treasury Department has warned that it could run out of cash by June. To avoid a catastrophic default, Congress needs to either raise or suspend the debt ceiling. But that requires bipartisan cooperation, which is in short supply these days. Republicans and Democrats are locked in a standoff over how to deal with the debt issue. Republicans want to use the debt ceiling as leverage to force spending cuts and other reforms that they say are necessary to rein in the soaring debt. Democrats reject this approach as irresponsible and dangerous, arguing that the debt ceiling should not be used as a political weapon. One example of this clash is a bill that House Republicans passed in April. The bill would raise the debt ceiling by $1.5 trillion or through March 2024, whichever comes first. But it would also include trillions in deficit reduction and other reforms that Democrats oppose. These include a balanced budget amendment, a cap on discretionary spending, a repeal of Obamacare, a ban on earmarks, and a freeze on federal hiring and pay raises.